guys, it's Turbo Games or Adam, and we are back with another COD Zombies Top 10. Today we're going to be going over 10 things that new zombie players will really never understand. It's been a little bit since we've done a COD Zombies Top 10. Our last one was the 10 things only Black Ops 2 zombie players will remember, and our goal on that video was 1,900 likes. It was a pretty massive goal, and what did you guys do? You guys came out of nowhere and dropped 2,100 likes. You guys are insane. You guys will not fail. You guys beat the like goal every single time. So can we do it again? Can we break over 2,100 likes? I'm sure we can. If you're watching the video right now, go ahead and smack a like and let's destroy this goal once again. And of course, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button. If you are subbed, go ahead and turn on those notifications. And of course, please let me know in the comments below if you have any top 5 or top 10 ideas. Leave them in the comments below. If you see a really good idea, drop the comment a thumbs up so I know. And if I do use your idea, I will be sure to shout you out in that video. Now, enough rambling. Let's go ahead and jump into the 10 things new zombie players will truly never understand. Starting off our list here in the number 10 spot, we have Easter eggs. And Easter eggs have changed so much in COD Zombies. And for those of you who started playing Zombies here in BO3, Easter eggs in BO3 are a lot more mainstream, and we kind of know what to expect. We're going to do a bunch of steps that aren't crazy difficult, and then we have a boss fight. That wasn't always the case in Zombies. Especially in BO1 and BO2, Easter eggs were a lot harder. BO3 Easter eggs are definitely meant to appeal to more casual players. So if you're somebody who isn't big into zombies, you can actually jump in and complete the Easter egg. It's not that difficult, but in BO1 and BO2, definitely it was a lot different. You know, I think of, the Shangri-La Easter egg or the Call of the Dead Dials of Easter egg. If you're somebody who's new, those steps are really tough. So Easter eggs weren't always easy. They didn't have boss fights. They were a lot harder, and they always would require 4 players. In the number 9 spot, for those of you who are new to the zombie scene or joined the zombies community back in BO3, you will not think very highly of the ray gun. And believe it or not, the ray gun actually used to be good. And I know, guys, the ray gun, what is this pleberito talking about? The ray gun being good? Yes. In all COD zombie modes besides BO3, the ray gun is decent. Now, in World at War, I wouldn't call it amazing. It definitely is like one of the best guns in the game. In BO1, the ray gun is actually like overpowered. It's so awesome. In BO2, it's great. But in BO3, for some reason, it is horrendous. I don't know why it's so bad, but yes, the ray gun actually used to be good. Coming in at the number 8 spot, so if you were like an OG BO1 player, you play like all the DLCs and of course the entire Zombies mode, one thing that you will know is Black Ops 1 Ascension doesn't have double tap, which is such a weird thing because of course in BO3 Chronicles we have Ascension, but that has double tap 2.0 in the Wonder Fizz, but for some reason in BO1, double tap doesn't exist on Ascension. Now, of course, it was only double tap 1.0, so it doesn't matter all that much, but it's just weird because you have the OG 4 perks pretty much on every single map that has perks. Of course, Mob does not have Revive because you have Afterlife, but still, why does this one map not have double tap when like every other map has the original 4 perks? One of those really weird things in BO1 that a lot of new players won't understand. So speaking of double tap, here in the number 7 spot we have double tap, because back in BO1, back in World at War, Double Tap was a little bit different, right? Because now Double Tap 2.0, which was introduced in BO2 and is also here in BO3, it works differently because you shoot 2 bullets for every one you shoot. So a 2-for-1 thing, which pretty much means you do way more damage. But back in BO1 and World of War, Double Tap, all it did was increase your fire rate. Now, it doesn't sound all that bad, but it was a big deal back in World of War and BO1. People would actually avoid the perk in general because when you're shooting bullets a lot faster, and that's it, you waste ammo a lot faster. And a game like BO1 where guns non-papped and papped don't have a ton of ammo, getting rid of your bullets faster doesn't really help you that much. So coming in at the number 6 spot, knifing in World of War Zombies was a bit of an issue. And it's kind of weird because, you know, in zombies nowadays, knifing is so important, right? You want to get those knife kills, you want those early points to buy perks and guns. But back in World of War Zombies, you know, knifing really wasn't a good idea after round 1. So there was 2 main reasons why knifing was just such a bad idea in World of War. First thing was you would miss a lot of your knives. You would go to knife a zombie and the knife would just not hit. It's a weird thing that they had in World of War like that, but of course in later games it got fixed. Another thing is the zombies were like really sticky. I call them gravity zombies. When you go and knife a zombie and you hit it and you want to back away for a second or two, like you're kind of like stuck to a zombie. It's really weird. In World of War, you want to avoid being close to zombies. So, you know, going back now and knifing in World of War, it is honestly a nightmare. In the number 5 spot, this is one thing that only you BO1 players will remember, and that was the death machine. The death machine in BO3, for example, it's godly. Like, you get that death machine, it will wreck zombies, it will insta-kill zombies, it will wreck the Panzer, you know, it's a beast. Back in BO1, the thing kind of sucked, right? The first thing that I hate is when you pick it up, you can't put it away. You have to have it for that 30 seconds. It slowed you down, and if you were on like round 30, the thing didn't really even kill zombies that effectively. Heck, even like on round 25, the thing just didn't insta-kill zombies. So having a death machine that you can't put away, that slows you down and doesn't really kill zombies all that effectively is a huge no-no. On top of that, when you picked it up by accident and your teammate was down, you couldn't revive your teammate. The death machine back in BO1, looking back now, it was really bad. In the number 4 spot, one thing that might surprise some of you who are new players or started playing in BO3, Zombies was actually difficult at one point. Now, obviously, maps like Shadows is pretty complex. Some Easter eggs are pretty tedious within BO3, but just surviving rounds in BO3 Zombies is not hard. Round 30 is a piece of cake. Round 50 isn't that hard. Heck, even round 100 isn't even that tough in BO3. In games like World of War and BO1, round 30 was honestly an accomplishment. Round 40 or 50 was pretty insane. In BO2, not so much, just because wonder weapons were a lot more OP, but still, within BO2, getting to something like around 30 or 40 was still pretty awesome. So it wasn't until BO3 where, you know, around like 30 really didn't mean as much as it once did. Slotting in at the number 3 spot, I gotta talk about camping in Zombies, right? Because camping in BO3 is obviously still a thing, but it just doesn't work as well, mainly because of the bosses. A lot of the bosses in BO3, they just disrupt all of the camping strategies. But back in World War, back in BO1, camping was the norm. Now, don't get me wrong, people still trained back then, but camping was just so big. If you went into a public lobby, it was let's just camp and see how long we can last, even though camping sometimes wasn't the best idea on certain maps, you knew you'd get overrun on this round, we would still try to go to these spots and camp and see if we could get a personal best. It was such an awesome time. Now again, obviously, camping is still a thing today, but it's not what it used to be. It's not as big as it once was. Coming in at the number 2 spot, those of you who started playing zombies in BO3, one thing you guys will really never get to understand or experience is the excitement of loading up a brand new map and trying to find and figure out what the new perk is, because pretty much from, you know, BO1 Ascension all the way till like Shadows, we were so used to getting new perks all the time, and then all of a sudden after Shadows of Evil, new perks, it's just something we never got. We never got any new perks in BO3 after Widow's Wine. It was honestly one of the most exciting things during games like BO1 and BO2, loading up a brand new map and finding that new perk and seeing what it did. You know, PhD Flopper, Stamina, Deadshot, Mule Kick, Vulture, Tombstone, right? There are so many awesome new perks added to every map, and that was one thing we got used to, and then all of a sudden, it just kind of stopped in BO3. So finishing off our list here in the number 1 spot, I have to end things off with a real heavy hitter. One thing that was such a massive part of COD Zombies during World War and during BO1 and not so much BO2 were crawlers, right? Crawlers were such a big thing in zombies, and now it doesn't exist at all. If you played zombies back then, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because crawlers were so important, especially playing in a game of co-op. You could make a crawler anywhere on the map, and then you could go and, you know, do whatever you wanted to, and the crawler would not die. It was so slow, it would barely move. You could spend, like, you know, 50k points in the box, pack a punch, get all your perks, do whatever you wanted to do, and that crawler would still be there. It was so clutch. And then in BO2, it didn't really work anymore. Of course, there were some tricks around it, but then here in BO3, leaving crawlers, really, there's no point anymore. So there you have it, guys. Those are 10 things that new zombie players will really never understand. These are things that only the OG guys will really get. But besides that, guys, for the video, drop a like, subscribe for more zombies content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.